Hi everybody, it's Steve at Killroy.com. Welcome back to our Facebook page. I thought I'd try to answer one of the more frequently asked questions we get this time of year. You know, a lot of times when we call our customers to schedule our appointments, a lot of times we get the question is, do you really need to do it right now? I'm not seeing a lot of bugs this time of year. And you know, the client is 100% right. You do not have the enormity of bugs this time of year like you do in June, July, and August. But you still see some ants and spiders and roaches and earwigs once in a while. Plant bugs seem to completely go away. But they come back with a vengeance every spring. So we know they're still around. So to answer that question, yes, you still need your applications during the wintertime. But maybe a better question to ask is, where do the bugs go in the wintertime? Where do they actually hide? So I thought I'd bring in a friend of mine, happens to be an entomologist. If you don't know what an entomologist is, she's basically a walking, talking bug encyclopedia. An incredibly valuable tool for me, especially as a technician. If I don't know something in the field that's something unknown to me, I have someone I can come back to the office, get it ID, and even get a heads up a lot of times where on the property to go look for the problem. So she's also graciously going to give us some of her time today to help answer those questions. So I'd like to introduce to you our very own entomologist, Miss Laura Nunn. Hey Laura, how you doing?
Hey Steve, how's it going?
Good, good.
Come on in.
Please have a seat. So, can you help us out? Where do the aphids, let's pick a couple specific things. Aphids. Aphids are sucking insects. They're going to want a nutrient. Perfect picture.
Yep.
They're going to want nutrients out of the plant. And then you have, let's go with earwigs. Earwigs like to chew on plants.
Mm-hmm. So,
those are the two things that I notice in the springtime that come back quickly because they're both like to eat tender new growth. But where are they right now?
All right. So, aphids and earwigs have several different species. Aphids particularly have a lot of different species.
Yes.
So it depends on the species, but in general, for aphids, it's either gonna be eggs close to the ground where it's warmer and they get some warmth from the soil.
Okay.
Or adults, same kind of thing. Eggs and adults can both overwinter, which is the phrase that we use they slow down the metabolism way down and just wait until it gets warmer. Because all insects are cold-blooded animals, like lizards and snakes. And so they need to conserve their energy. They just slow their metabolism down and hang out and wait it out.
Wow.
Yeah.
And does one thing affect them more or less than the other, like cold or wet? What would affect?
Yeah, so cold and wet both do have an issue. For aphids in particular, the bigger problem is going to be cold.
Okay.
Just because they won't be able to feed during that time.
Right.
Wet, they're already in their winter mode. They're already into the cracks in the bark, down where the plant goes right into the soil.
Okay.
The eggs have a protective coating, so they're groovy. The adults are a bit more exposed, so sometimes wet can be an issue if fungus gets started.
Okay.
Because certain fungi will actually attack the fungus. The fungus itself will eat the bug.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's really impressive.
You mean like inwardly, like they put a fungus inside the bug?
Yes and no. The fungi have these tiny little tendrils that we call hyphae.
Okay.
And they'll actually go into the bug and suck it out, but they can also grow over it and decompose it down.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
So anything that's not mobile is fair game.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to aphids, are they plant specific? Like, is there a rose aphid? Is there an oleander aphid, or is it all?
So you see a lot of names: rose aphid, oleander aphid. In most cases, at least all the ones that I'm familiar with, they will eat whatever's handy.
Okay.
Sometimes I think actually there's an aphid called a rosy aphid, which is just pink. So people call it rosy. but a lot of times they have preferred foods or preferred types, something that's soft-stemmed or has a hard bark or has a particular, because plants want to not be eaten. But they can't run away.
Right.
So they actually have different compounds inside the plant itself that's supposed to help them from being eaten. We always hear about mint oil and rosemary oil as being insecticides. Well, that is true because the rosemary has this oil in it that helps keep it from being eaten.
Okay, great.
Doesn't work perfectly though, right?
No.
Because we see, like, especially the spit bugs.
Yes.
Like, all over the rosemary.
Rosemary
like,
get them bad.
Little spots all over.
Now, can we anticipate anything going into the spring from the winter we have as like what might be a bug of the year coming up? Or does...
Yeah, so this year I noticed that we did not get very cold. You were talking about earwigs. We actually have some in this jar here. This is my spider Rhoda, my black widow, and she actually has a couple earwigs in here that she's going to eat later on. But the earwigs barely slowed down this year.
Yes, like, I've noticed them in the winter too,
yeah. Yeah, because they like their decomposing leaf litter, which they have a lot of in the winter.
Yes. Yes.
And the fungi that grows on it. So fungus can eat bugs, but bugs can eat fungus. So they like to eat the fungi that grows on it. Yeah. So the earwigs have been pretty prolific this year. I've been just catching them for her. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your time. This is awesome information. If you have any questions about any kind of winter bugs or bugs in general, she's definitely the person to go to. But you can ask your tech as well. But Laura's our go-to person here, so I would suggest her as you guys to talk to her as well. Thank you, Laura. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome.
We'll do a video again soon. Take care. See you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.